Yes, and don't let me fall off of this, okay? Because I would do that. So this course, so we'll have a 6-week course every other Wednesday. This one's understanding your paycheck. So we started out pretty low, with understanding things, but then next time will be banking services. So we will go on to the agenda. So introduction, understanding income, taxes, exploring your pay stub, and the benefits of direct deposit will be what we go through. I'm Wendy. I'm from Centier Bank, the largest family-owned bank in Indiana. We are 127 years old. I've been in banking for over 15 years and been with Centier for 7. So thank you all for coming. All right, so what's the difference between your paycheck and pay stub? Does anybody know?
Your paycheck is the money, and your pay stub is like deductions and hours and stuff.
Exactly. So your paycheck is what goes into the bank if you have direct deposit or you get a paper check. That's the money you get after everything comes out. And there's a lot of stuff that comes out. So then we'll talk about how does gross income differ from net income. Does anyone know what the difference between the gross income and net income are? Sure.
Gross income would be like what you make before taking out taxes and all those things, and the net income would be your income after taking all those deductions.
Exactly. The kind of taxes that are deducted from a paycheck, and then what are some benefits of using direct deposit for your paycheck. So we talked about this. The paycheck is the physical. The pay stub is what they take out. Gross income. We talked about this. You shared this with us. Total before taxes and other deductions. And then net income is your gross income minus all those taxes and deductions and equals this. And sometimes you look at your paycheck and you're like, whoa, they just took half my paycheck. I literally work for $2.50 an hour. So, all right, so the taxes. So taxes are required payments to the government, right? So we have to pay them, then we can't get out of it, right? And if they don't get you on your paycheck, they're going to get you at the end of the year. So income tax, that's your federal, state, and local taxes on income. So if I look at my paycheck, I'm going to have federal taxes, Indiana state taxes, and then I'm also going to have Marion County taxes, okay? And then Social Security benefits. So we all pay into Social Security benefits. I just learned this the other day. It is reported differently once you hit a certain age. It doesn't say Social Security benefits anymore. It says AOSD or something like that. Once you hit, I believe, the 50 or 55 range. And then you have your Medicare taxes as well. So. All right, so payroll taxes taken from your paycheck from your employer, then they give it to the government. You always want to check your taxes to make sure that they are pulling federal taxes. My daughter had an issue at one of the nursing homes that she was working at. They did not take any federal taxes out on her at all. So she has to pay a ton of money this year to the feds. And she's not a happy camper. The W-4, yeah.
Isn't there a way that, like, when, I know that some jobs have asked, like, when I started working there, like, do you want to have, I don't know how to, like, even say it, but, like, they were like, you know, you either have, like, more taxes taken out and they give you more back at the end of the year, or they take less taxes out, and then you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Is that
so
what you're talking about, or is that something different?
So, right. So you would normally fill out a W-4 for them. And it would say how many people you want to claim on your taxes. Do you want to claim yourself? Do you want to claim 0? Do you want to claim 9? You can claim up to 9, just so you know. So me having 2 kids and a husband, we claim married. But we don't claim the 2 kids. We just claim married on our W-4s. So that they pull out a little bit more so that I'm not having to pay at the end. I may get a little bit back in the beginning or at the end. She claimed 0 and they just didn't take it. So, you know, the federal government said it's your responsibility to make sure they're taking it. So she couldn't do anything about it, even though she filled the form out and showed it to him. So, but yes, to answer your question, yes, they will ask that. If you claim 9 federal taxes, there's going to be about this much money that comes out of your check. If you claim 0, you're going to have a big lump sum come out every paycheck. It's according to how much you make. And tax brackets change usually with every president that we have. So, withholding, money that employers withhold from employees' paychecks. This money is credited against the employee's tax liability when you file your returns. Tax deduction, an amount that reduces income subject to tax, and then tax refund, money owed to taxpayers when their total tax payments are greater than the total tax. So you'll see on your taxes, it may say adjusted gross income, and that's after all of your deductions and credits and all of that, your taxes. All right, so we're gonna explore our paycheck, right? This is Casey Smith, all right? She made $200 last week, and she had all of these items taken out. So we're gonna go here. So on her paycheck, she has her pay period, and it says 8/1 of 16 to 8/15 of 16, and then her pay date was 8/22/16. A lot of employers will do that. You get paid the week after what you've worked, right? I don't know, how do you guys get paid? You get paid every 2 weeks, every week?
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks, yeah. We do too. Do you get paid on Fridays? So her pay date is 8/22. She made $200. So they're wanting you to see her socials there. I don't know about you guys, but my social security number is not on my pay stub. It's on my taxes, on my W-2, but it's never on my pay stub. I don't think they do that anymore. But then you go to 2, and it says her gross income. So this was before taxes. And then number 3, you're going to pop to number 3, gross income, year-to-date gross income. She's made $2,800 this year. That's before any taxes. Then her net income is $175.33. Okay, so 200 net income, $175.33. Her federal tax is right here, so it's always going to list how much they're taking and then what they've taken year to date. So when I'm looking at your pay stub, maybe because you applied for a loan or something like that, I want to look and see what you've made for the whole year. So your gross, I'm not taking out any taxes, okay? Federal insurance contributions, so FICA, Social Security tax, $1,240. She doesn't have a lot of taxes coming out. She only made $200 for the week. So $2,467 came out after all of the deductions, which gave her the $175.33. But she has state, Medicare, Social Security, and federal tax. She doesn't have a county tax like Indiana does. All right, some benefits of direct deposit. What are some benefits?
You don't have to go to the bank.
Convenient, right?
Yeah.
What else?
You'll have to wait for the check to come through.
Exactly. When the bank gets it, you get it, right? It's free, it saves on bank fees. So a lot of banks will say, if you don't have a direct deposit, they may charge you a fee, right? Or you have to have $500 in direct deposits to avoid a fee. And then you can automate your finances. And what that means is you can set up automatic payments because you know that your direct deposit's going in and what date it's going in. You can automate your payments to come out either on that day or the day after. And it keeps you from not forgetting, right? I know we all are busy. We forget sometimes to pay our bills on time. It's just life, it happens, right? But this helps keep that. And then you can't lose your direct deposit because you don't have a check, right? You don't have to take it to the bank. You don't have to carry it in your pocket. You don't have to put it in your purse. Don't put it in my purse because I will lose it. I have so much stuff in there, so don't do that. All right, so say you got paid now. You got your paycheck, you got your pay stub. I taught you all about how to read it. Now what do? You work with a financial institution to keep your money safe, or you can connect with a trusted financial professional for guidance, or work with your banker or someone you trust with their finances to create a spending and savings plan. Do any of you guys have a spending and savings plan?
Like a budget?
Yeah. You do? Yeah. How did you come up with that?
So it was like I did like an Excel spreadsheet and then put in like, how much I get paid and then all of my fixed expenses and then like an allowance for like going out to eat and things like that, and then try to like have like a saving amount every like month.
How do you stay on track? Like, are you usually on track?
I try. Sometimes you go off of it a little bit, but
sure, yeah.
It depends.
So how often do you go back to your savings or budget plan?
I usually look at it like once every 2 weeks or so,
Okay.
and like I'll like update it with like I'll check my credit card statements and then kind of update it and see where I am for like that for 2 weeks, and then figure out do I need to spend less or am I okay for that month.
That's great. That's awesome. That's a great way to do it. A spreadsheet's always good. There's also apps that you can use that control it. For a lot of banks now have management tools within your online banking to help you with your spending. So I really love that. Great job on that. And then we have additional resources that you can go to, and they're in your packet. So there's understanding your paycheck video, completing a W-4, and tax withholding estimator. So if you were wondering like how much you should have taken out every month, you would want to go to this withholding estimator, and it would tell you based off what you make how much you should have taken out. So yeah.
Like, okay, so what do you do if you like find out that your job has been taking out like more or less than they were supposed to?
So you can change. So a lot of employers would let you change it and change your exemptions. They're called exemptions. So if you were saying, oh, I'm claiming single and zero, and they're just taking way too much out, and you can either keep doing that and get a refund at the end of the year, a bigger refund than you would normally get, or you can ask them to change it, and you would fill out a new W-4 and change it to maybe 1 or 2 or whatever you want to change it to. Sure.
Yeah, so I personally do it sometimes. I know a lot of our students that are independent contractors.
Mm-hmm.
So, delivery drivers, whatever, and they don't have taxes at like weekly, whatever.
Right.
What would you recommend? Just like put it in savings and for later?
Yes, and I would absolutely go to this website and based off what they're getting, see what they need to put back into that savings account.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're 1099, and at the end of the year that can kill you on your taxes. But yeah, that's a great point to that. And I would definitely do something, whether it's 30% or 25%, and even if you put too much back, you just get to keep what's left at the end. But I would definitely go to this IRS tool that they have.
Yeah, I was going to say something you can tell them too, because I worked a lot of Uber and DoorDash. You get like a 1099, and they don't take out any taxes. So at the end of the year, if you haven't saved up, like you get hit with like a big chunk that you have to pay. But what you can do, if you like estimate it, you can actually go on the IRS website and make like estimated payments every you can set however you want to do.
Yeah, you can do
months, and then you can make those payments instead of leaving the money that you may spend in your account.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, definitely, you can make estimated payments to the IRS. I think they actually have where you can make it online now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You don't even have to send a check or anything. Yeah. And that is the end of that one. Does anybody have any more questions? We do have banking services coming next week, so we'll talk about what all the bank has, what we offer, not just us, but any bank out there, and then go through all that. So, all right.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you
welcome.
so
Thank-
much.
thank
Thank you
you.
for waiting too.
Oh, you're
Sorry,
welcome.
It's like chaotic.
You're fine. You're fine. I hear that your boss is in town, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The CEO.